Don't ask me how I got it in there, but I got it in. What is up? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Make sure we filming. Okay, gotta make sure. Sometimes the camera be going acting funny. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Hope you guys are having another good day. Today is the day. I got the motor loaded up in the bed. Jesus take the wheel. Today is Easter too, so happy Easter to all my people out there. But we're gonna be taking the truck. We're gonna be putting this motor in today. So join the ride, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. So taking the truck to the hobby shop, gonna drop it off there. I gotta get my car, and then my car has all the parts and tools in it. So we got our work cut out for us today. All right, y'all, we out here. Just doing the final buttoning up. Just trying to get work done because I'm limited on time. But long story short, motor mounts installed, adapter plate installed, flex plate installed, torque to spec, red Loctite in the housing, motor mounts on, brand new. Installed the adapter plate. I cleaned up the engine bay. I just wiped it down. Got it all cleaned up now, so I'm about to go ahead, and I think I got to get one more bracket. I gotta take this bracket off, put it over there, and then we'll be ready. Well, you guys, the motor is officially in. Obviously, it wasn't the funnest thing doing, but it's done. The motor is legitimately in. There is a good block installed in the truck. Oh my God, this is so exciting. It wasn't a fight getting it in, honestly. It just takes a little finessing. My dumb ass installed the motor mount on this side upside down, so when I'm trying to install it, I realize it's upside down, so I gotta flip it. That was fun. I flipped it in the cab too. I didn't pull the motor fully out. That was super fun. But this is it. Bell housing bolts are all installed. Oh my goodness. They're all in there. They're not torqued yet. Still gotta put the torque converter bolts in. So this is it, man. This is where we are at right now. Nice looking L5P right there. That thing is sharp. Look at that. I like that. Them 17 to 19 L5Ps, man. That right there, that is my favorite Chevy truck. And I love Chevy. I love them all. Chevy, Ford, Dodge. That is my favorite style truck GM has made. Like that right there screams like 90s Silverado, but like obviously newer. I love those trucks, goddamn. But I love this one more. Drove by me in his truck, said he digs the Impala. I told him I dig the truck. Fuck around and trade a bitch. Yeah, big dog status. Well, guys, just a quick recap. That's what I was trying to say. Just a quick recap. So we got the motor in the truck. Definitely is a one person can get it in, but you gotta have like if the cab's off, one person can do it. Two people definitely helps, man. Luckily there was two guys there next to me working on their Jeep, and I asked them if they can give me a hand to like 10 minutes. They were more than willing to help, but we got it in. You guys, I apologize off the rip for not getting film of me installing the motor. Basically, from the last time I filmed before I did anything today, all I did was took the motor to the shop, dropped it off. I installed the transmission bell housing adapter to the motor. I torqued that down. I installed the flex plate, torqued that down. There was a shim on my flex plate when I went to take it off. And my boy Eric, shout out to Eric, he told me that it shouldn't be there because, you know, the RevMax calls for no shims on their flex plate, just their bolts. So I'm happy in that case that I took it off, because I went on the RevMax website and it said that you can have pump failure if you run their flex plate with the shim plate on there. So luckily we got that off. Where else? got the motor installed. Honestly, that's really what it was. That took up pretty much 3 hours of my time. I was going super slow. Double checking everything. I put those parts on. I put a couple other brackets and stuff on that needed to get installed. Go around these people. I put some brackets on that needed to get installed. I just want to take my time installing it, double checking everything, because obviously install takes longer than removal. It's easy to rip shit out and take it out, but when you're going to install stuff, that's when you want to slow down and take your time, especially if you don't do it often, like in my case, right? Just double checking everything. But it's in though. So where we're gonna pick up at, they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so I won't be able to work on it until Wednesday, which is fine. But what we're gonna pick up at is, I need a torque. I tightened down all of the bell housing bolts for the torque, for the transmission. What we need to do is we need to torque that. We need to install the flex plate bolt, or the torque converter bolts. I was spinning the flex plate with my barring tool, but it was turning the torque converter too. So I think I got to get underneath, take off the inspection panel, and I think I got to slide back the torque converter just like a smidge, like 1/8 of an inch, just to be able to get the flex plate to turn freely. It's going to be interesting trying to get those bolts in. I know that's not a fun job, but it's only 6 of them, so hopefully it'll be all right. Once we get that done, man, it's just reassembling everything, connecting all the lines, the wiring harness. I got to torque the motor mounts. I didn't torque them. Right now the mounts just sitting in the cups. They got to get torqued down to spec. But yeah, definitely super excited, man. Like, that is the first time in almost 1.5 years that my truck has what we'll say a good motor in it, right? It's not running yet because I haven't fired it up, but it is a good motor. So I'm just extremely pumped, and I wish I can just wrench on it all night, but it's Easter. I got stuff to do, plus they're closing, so it worked out. It worked out really good. I can't complain. I'm about to go ahead and give me some beer. I'm debating, when I get home, I'm gonna upload this film on my computer and see if it's worth posting this video. There's not enough good content in it, or to my liking. I might just make this a continuation and keep it rolling. But when I get home, if I feel like this is a good enough video to put out by itself, I might put it out. So we'll see. But if I don't, this is the outro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll get back with y'all soon enough, whether it's the same video or the next video. All right then. All right, you guys, it's a couple days later. I'm gonna continue to work on the truck, get it running. We get back there, we're gonna pick up where we left off at. And yeah, hopefully we should have a running truck this weekend. Fingers crossed. We're gonna find out what happens. Whew, oh my goodness. All right, y'all. So the transmission is officially, torque converters installed, all the bolts are installed, bell housing's torqued down. That was shitty. I don't want to do that again. That took legitimately like 4 hours of my time. Yeah, so fuck, man. Well, anyways, besides that, went ahead and tightened the motor mounts down. So the motor mounts are good now. Now I'm just gonna start plugging in and routing the wiring harness. The goal is to get the harness fully routed, right, and it's set up. That way I can start putting on the pumps, AC compressor, belt, and then I'm gonna just start working my way out towards the front, eventually putting the radiator and stuff back in. So I'm gonna just turn and burn right now. Man, this thing look good. I gotta take that out. I could take this out now. I had to put that. It was a shit show, man. The fucking torque converter was pressing on the fucking flex plate, and I had, oh my god, I basically almost had to pull the motor out again. But it's good now. Everything's good now, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. Look at that right there. Should I plug that in right now? I think I will. Watch me plug it in now, and I'm about to unplug it for something. All right, let's get to work. All right. Tapping in again with y'all. So we made way more headway now. Everything's just plug and play at this point, y'all. So went ahead and started putting on the front assembly, pulleys and stuff. Got the harness here. I got some bolts at the house I gotta get for the block tomorrow. That bracket's supposed to be here, but I don't even know if I can put it on yet, but we'll see. So I got that. We went ahead and I hand spun on the oil filter. It's not tightened yet. I gotta put oil in that. Turbo is installed. Front cover's still loose. Downpipe is loose. That is the Whirly Custom second gen style. Like, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the one where basically it mates straight up to the downpipe, your factory downpipe, so you don't have to cut or nothing. Got that in. What else? Just pretty much just plumbing and stuff, y'all. Oil feed lines in, tightened. So basically everything's coming together now. I'm kind of surprised. I remember how everything goes, but it worked out. So we got that. Power steering pump is connected. I had to get the bracket off the old motor. I forgot to take that off, but got that on. AC compressors mounted up again. They did that back bolt there. Yeah. Fuck Cummins or fuck Ram for doing that. That is dumb. Legitimately, there's like a bolt as long as this flashlight, and you're supposed to get it off with the fucking frame right there. So I don't know. But pretty much we had to stand. We stopping here today. Tomorrow morning gonna pick back up where we left off. Got a new dipstick in because the last one got bent in half when the motor went out. That was a nice $100 well spent. It wasn't. Let's see. So tomorrow I'm going to install the intake manifold. I mean, y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep putting this stuff together, but I'm trying to put it back together neatly because I don't want the shit looking nasty. So all my clips and, you know, screws and stuff, I got all that stuff, y'all. So it's gonna all get put back together nice and neat. But the harness is pretty much routed. The only thing is waiting on really is the alternator intake for the MAF sensor and the inlet air temp sensor. I got to pick up the drain for the turbo from the house because I forgot it. And then I also have the new 5-inch exhaust from Speedlab. So this 5-inch, this is a 5-inch setup, but I'm gonna take it off because this shit got oil. It got oil and stuff in it from when the last turbo went out. So I want a fresh, clean exhaust with none of that oil and gunk in it. So I'm gonna bring that here, gonna bring the oil here, all the fluids. Back here, there's not a whole lot of stuff left, honestly. Back here I got the blanket for the turbo, some clamps. So I ended up doing the second radiator delete on this truck. Shout out to my boy Eric because he's like the only YouTuber that has a video showing how to delete the auxiliary radiator on the, 13 to 15s. So I have all the upgraded pieces for that. And then we got the bumper, the grill, the intercooler, alternator back here. And that's really it, man. You know, I got some small clamps in here for the coolant hose. So it's there. Like, it really is there. Like, I'm not even lying when I say the torque converter and the transmission bolts. The torque converter took the longest. I don't know why, man. Like, it was bad. Like, when I first did it, the torque converter it was pressing against the flex plate, so I backed off the trans and like adjusted it, put it back, and then it just takes long because you got to go underneath to rotate the torque converter separate from the flex plate, and then come back up, line the hole up, put the bolt in, you know, turn it. I had a barring tool which helped, but if you did this job before, you know it just sucks. Like, there's no cool way of doing it. Like, it's just shitty, and it sucked because this is my first time doing it on these types of trucks. So I spent, I don't know, 3-4 hours fucking with that shit. Finally got it all done. It's good now. Torque the spec, torque the flex plate, torque the bell housing bolts. Everything's just Gucci down there. There's some things I gotta bring. So also something else too. I gotta grab the new grid heater wire I have because I installed a new grid heater. Or not grid heater, heater block. Gotta grab new heater block wire at the house. I'm gonna route that up. Should be able to put the belt on tomorrow, I think. I don't see why not. Once we get the alternator on. So that's where we at, y'all. Yes, sir. It's coming together. Well, my camera died. The battery ain't no good. So as y'all can see, I got a bunch of shit put back on. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna drop the video today. This won't be a starting video. Unfortunately, they're getting ready to close. It's Sunday. Just ran out of time. Took the old exhaust off. New one still in the trunk of the almost called a Cadillac, inside of the Impala. But this is it, y'all. She's all buttoned back up. Gonna do a dry start next time. Pull the CP3 connector, and I'm gonna leave the injector harnesses disconnected. This is just hard mounted. I gotta bolt that down, but I got the whole front course support back in. That was fun. Intercooler is in. That was also fun, and it really wasn't upgraded or the new style point blank 0.0 fab hot side pipe. So he sent this out to me. This thing came out super clean. I will get it powdered down the road, but for now it's going to be good for operations. Downpipes installed, still got to install the 5-inch system. I went ahead and added coolant so it can bleed itself while sitting. Everything's all back in, man. This is fucking, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work for one person, especially if you don't do this for a living. You know what I'm saying? So put the battery on a trickle charge. Everything upgraded. Worley custom fab pipe. So if you remember, this is a 2014 and it has the Y style, whatchamacallit, the Y style bridge is gone now. Went ahead and deleted the auxiliary radiator that would have been sitting in here. It's gone now, so it's just a regular radiator. This is basically like the 16s and up 5th Cummins, so where you don't really need that second radiator. They said they put it there for the EGR cooler, a bunch of shit. It just gets in the way, it blocks airflow. So this is going to help a lot. Oh yeah, trans lines are all hooked up. That is a custom trans line right there I got from Point Zero. And then for the coolant, if anybody's curious, so in order to do the delete, all you got to do is order a 16 or newer, or 16 to 18 frame support here and here. For the AC condenser, you need to order the same year 16 to 18 coolant pipe from the water housing to the radiator, and then you need to order a 16 to 19 or 16 to 18 upper radiator pipe. That is all you need to do in order to do this mod. Super simple. And then your factory condenser bolts up to it. Everything's clean, y'all. So we're gonna wrap this up and get this video dropped for y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. There's a lot of content. I don't even know where I left off at. Yeah, that's that right. I don't know where I left off at, but we added oil to it. So I did add break-in oil. I'm running DBR. I can show y'all real quick. We're doing DBR, also known as Joe Gibb. Joe Gibb, that's just top off oil. This is what we're running for the initial break-in. So again, it's a flat tappet cam system, so you need to run the motor. One sec. You need to run the motor for about 15-20 minutes at 1500 to 2000 RPM. This is what I'm running. Everybody swears by it. You don't have to run a ZDP additive or zinc additive. You just pour this in and go to town on it. I have a second set for when I drain it. So I'm gonna run it for breaking the cam and the tappets, drain it, and then put this in. And then this is gonna be the break-in oil for the motor for the first 500 to 1,000 miles. You know, just depending. This is top off oil for the current oil in here. So bone dry. This motor is bone dry. I'm pretty sure it calls for 15 quarts by Cummins. Once you put oil in, run it, drain it, it's only going to need 12 quarts, because you got to account for all the galleys and plugs and all the shit inside the motor that has no oil in it on this initial time. So that is just top off oil. So if it needs a quart, 2 quarts. Also, I got that from Harbor Freight. If you guys run that, Harbor Freight has it for 21 bucks a gallon, at least out here in San Diego. So next time y'all watch the following video, it's gonna be, y'all gonna be seeing it start. So I was super convinced that I was gonna get it started for y'all, but it is a lot of shit, man. I probably could have started it with the stuff out just to start it up, but I didn't want to do that. I would kind of want it, because once I started off, you gotta do the break in. Like, you don't want this shit idling. Break that cam in, get all the ferrous metals inside the motor, drain it right. Like, you don't have a lot of time to be idling with these flat tappets. So just taking my time doing it right. It's a piece of shit camera. I gotta buy a new battery for it, because that battery doesn't even last. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. We're gonna wrap this up now.